Both Presidents Donald Trump and Barack Obama lived in New York City. Mr. Trump lived here most of his life as a real estate developer. Mr. Obama lived here for 4 years, 1981 to 1985, as a college student and corporate intern. They both walked the streets, rode the subways, and who knows, maybe they once rode the same elevator together.
179th Street, Jamaica Estates, subway station. Here we are, coming out of the station. Donald Trump was a kid.
You said what?
Here's his neighborhood when he was a kid. Jamaica Estates, the War Memorial, World War II. 10 men from Jamaica Estates died in World War II. And Hanover. I'm on Midland Mall's Midland Parkway, and Midland Parkway stops at an F train station. Walking uphill from Hillside Avenue, where the F train is. You can see what I meant by an oasis. Jamaica Estates, kind of gritty, just 5 blocks away. On the way to his home, here we see a synagogue that is now a church. Home of Donald Trump when he was a boy. Can't help noticing this home today, 85-15, a warm place. Someone needs to pull weeds. The house next door has a mezuzah, for what that's worth. At 85-14 Midland Parkway, Fred Trump built an even bigger house in 1950. It looks 2-3 times bigger than his 1940 home, just on the other side of the lawn from here.
Donald Trump was the fourth of 5 children. There he is sitting on the right in 1967, age 21. As a boy, he rode the I&D subway to Forest Hills for school. For high school, he attended the New York Military Academy upstate, where he played football, basketball, and baseball. His classmates said he could have become a professional pitcher. Here he is marching up Fifth Avenue past the future Trump Tower. In 1964, he attended Fordham in the Bronx and then Wharton in Pennsylvania. He got a BS in economics. In 1968, he started working for his dad. His older brother, Fred Jr., had become an airline pilot.
In 1938, the Brooklyn Eagle wrote that Fred Trump is to housing what Henry Ford is to cars. Here at Trump Village, near Coney Island. It was like Little Odessa, Little Russia here, near Coney Island. Here at Trump Village, used to be a somewhat busier neighborhood in 1964 when this area opened under Fred Trump. Often there's big Jewish presence near these Trump developments. There's a Chabad house, in Seabreeze Chabad house near Coney Island. Next to Grand Central Station is the Grand Hyatt Regency Hotel, originally the Commodore Hotel from 1919, built by Cornelius Vanderbilt, New York Central Railroad. 1975, the Commodore was a disaster, half empty, broken toilets. The city was a disaster in 1975, taxpayers leaving. Donald Trump bought it against his father's advice. This worked out, just stay in Queens, Donald, let's come on. Well, today, this area is one of the most expensive pieces of real estate on earth. In 1975, Donald Trump was 29 years old. That building there in the background is the Chrysler Building, 1930, world's tallest building. Trump's building at 200 East 69th Street, built in 1991, is known for luxury apartments. There's a studio in there for $750,000 and a 4-bedroom for $10 million. The Woolman Ice Skating Rink really put Donald Trump on the map in 1986. Built by the Woolman family, 1949, 1980, shut down by New York City for 2 years of repairs. 6 years later, still unrepaired and abandoned pretty much. Mr. Trump took over. His building is right over there, in just a few blocks south. And then Mr. Trump fixed it in 6 weeks, under budget and 2 months ahead of schedule. On your right, the 1904 station house here at 72nd Street and Broadway in Amsterdam. You move over here to the left, you'll see the station house from 2005. Interesting is that both station houses kind of look alike, even though they were built around 100 years apart.
Donald Trump's parents, Frederick Sr. and Mary Ann McLeod, met at a dance hall in Queens in 1935. They married a year later. Fred was born in Manhattan in 1905 to German immigrants. His parents soon moved to Queens and bought some apartment buildings. Fred followed in the family business. Mary Ann McLeod, age 17, had emigrated from the Scottish island of Lewis in 1929. She became a house cleaner. Mary Ann raised her 5 children in her faith, the Presbyterian Church. Fred was a Lutheran. They lived the rest of their lives in Jamaica, Queens.
"109th Street in Amsterdam, near Mr. Obama lived. Bodegas, little restaurants back in 1981-82. Now it's more upscale today, 2022. Here it is, 142 West 109th Street, where Mr. Obama lived when he came to New York in 1981. He slept his first night in that August in an alleyway. Couldn't get into that apartment. Obama's station, 110th Street, when he was 21. Mr. Obama said in that 1982, 83, he and his roommate would sleep or hang out in the library because it was warm in there. You know that Mr. Obama went to school here for 2 years?
Yes.
Okay. All right. How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good.
All right. Tom's Restaurant, 112th Street and Broadway, famous for Seinfeld. Well, this is where Barack Obama and Phil Boner, his roommate, used to eat breakfast for $2. 114th Street and Broadway, near Mr. Obama's second home, 1982. And here we are 40 years later. Back then, this neighborhood did not have Haagen-Dazs, upscale chocolates, upscale bars, upscale restaurants. Before Mr. Obama moved to Chicago in 1985, he lived at 622 114th Street. In 1906, Cecil B. DeMille lived here and made 70 films, including The 10 Commandments. Beautiful area. Mr. Obama liked is that this apartment had heat, unlike 109th Street. Mr. Obama lived here?
No, I wasn't aware of that.
Here we're at the Columbia 106th Street subway station, built in 1904. Mr. Obama used this station and 110th Street. And let's just go down. Someone bumped my elbow. Did you know that Mr. Obama used to ride the M15 bus to the Upper East Side to his home?
No, I didn't even know he lived in New York. I thought he just lived in Chicago.
All right. Okay, thank you. Ladies, did you know that Mr. Obama used to ride this bus? Okay. Here we are, 1st Avenue, 95th Street in 2022. I know that in 1993-94, this neighborhood did not have doorman buildings. Here we are on East 94th Street and walking up to 339 East 94th Street here under the awning of another doorman building. That's where Mr. Obama used to live. You know that Mr. Obama lived here on East 94th Street?
Yes.
Good, okay. All right, well, you live here too, so
Yeah,
I guess
so.
part about the scenery, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
This 96th Street, 2nd Avenue subway station was built 2017, 33 years after Mr. Obama lived, well, down the block. At 96th Street, Lexington Avenue subway stop, built 1917, 100 years before the other 96th Street stop on 2nd Avenue. There's a nature food store. I'm pretty sure that wasn't here in 1917, let alone 1984, when Mr. Obama took the subway from here. Let's go down into 96th Street, Lexington. 1984, Mr. Obama, college intern, corporate intern. I mean, all these presidents, Trump, Obama, Clinton, they're all unknown young men one time in their lives. Now, I used this station when I was a kid back in the late 60s, early 70s. I remember there was a hot dog stand on the other side of this turnstile back then. Do you think Mr. Obama used to use this station in 1984?
No.
Did you know Mr. Trump repaired this ice skating rink in 6 weeks back in 1986?
No.
Mr. Trump repaired this rink in 6 weeks?
Really?
Yeah. Sir, you know that Mr. Trump repaired this ice skating rink in 6 weeks?
Yes.
Oh, good, okay. Mr. Trump repaired this ice skating rink in 6 weeks. Did you know that?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Sir, did you know that Mr. Trump bought that building in 1975, the old Hyatt?
I did not.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks for your reaction. Did you know that Mr. Trump bought that building back there in 1975 when he was 29?
I knew he bought it. I knew he bought it with his father's help. I didn't know the date.
All right. Well, anyway, that's what 15 buildings in Manhattan he owns. Anyway, thank you. Oh, sir, did you know that Mr. Trump bought that building in 1975?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. Trump Tower, completed in 1983. The construction manager was Deborah Dess, the first female construction manager in the city, 1983. They're here, 263 apartments and a studio, TV studio on the 5th floor for its TV show, The Apprentice, 2006-2015. Obama and Mr. Trump used to live 4 miles apart. What do you think of that?
That's interesting.